The psychology of people who have no friends. Have you ever noticed someone who seems perfectly comfortable having little or no social circle? No constant group chats. No weekend hangouts. No endless selfies with friends. Most people immediately assume something is wrong. They think these people are lonely, awkward, antisocial, or simply unhappy. But psychology suggests something very different. Having few, or even no, close friends doesn't automatically mean someone is broken. In many cases, it reflects their personality, emotional needs, life experiences, and the unique way their mind processes the world. Some people simply value peace over popularity. Others have learned through experience to be extremely careful about who they allow into their lives. The truth is, the number of friends you have doesn't define your happiness. What truly matters is the quality of the relationships you keep. So, let's explore the real psychology behind people who have very few, or even no, friends. Number 1. They have almost zero tolerance for fake people. If you have very few friends, there's a good chance you quickly notice when someone isn't being genuine. People who constantly pretend, who gossip, who manipulate others, or who change their personality depending on who's around them, those behaviors become exhausting. As people become more self-aware, they often become much more selective about who they spend time with. Instead of surrounding themselves with people who drain their energy, they'd rather enjoy their own company. To them, peace is more valuable than popularity. And that's not a weakness. It's a conscious choice. Number 2. They prefer depth over quantity. People with very few friends usually aren't avoiding relationships. They're avoiding meaningless ones. Small talk doesn't excite them. Talking only about the weather, celebrity gossip, or social media drama feels empty. Instead, they enjoy conversations about ideas, purpose, psychology, dreams, life, human behavior. They'd rather have one meaningful conversation than 100 shallow ones. The problem is, people who enjoy those deeper conversations aren't always easy to find. So instead of forcing connections that don't feel real, they patiently wait for genuine ones. Their brain needs more time to recharge. Not everyone's nervous system works the same way. Some people naturally become mentally exhausted after social interaction. Psychologists often describe this as having higher social sensitivity. After spending time with people, their brain needs silence. Not because they dislike others, but because their mind processes conversations much more deeply. They notice body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, hidden emotions. They analyze almost everything. All of that takes energy. That's why being alone isn't loneliness for them. It's recovery. It's how they recharge before interacting with the world again. Number 4. They're extremely independent. Many people with very few friends become incredibly self-reliant. They solve problems on their own. They motivate themselves. They don't constantly seek approval from others. They don't need likes, compliments, or attention to feel valuable. Their confidence comes from within, not from strangers on the internet. Because of that, some people misunderstand them. They may appear distant, but they're simply comfortable standing on their own. Their happiness doesn't depend on having a crowd around them. Number 5. Past experiences made them more careful. Sometimes, having very few friends isn't just about personality. It's about experience. Maybe they trusted the wrong people. Maybe they were betrayed. Maybe they gave everything to friendships that eventually fell apart. Experiences like these change the brain. Instead of trusting immediately, they observe. They listen. They take their time. Trust becomes something people earn, not something freely given. This doesn't mean they've stopped believing in friendship. It simply means they've learned to protect their peace. Number 6. They truly enjoy their own company. One of the biggest misconceptions is believing that being alone automatically means being lonely. Those are two completely different things. Someone can spend an entire weekend reading, learning, working, traveling, or simply enjoying silence, and feel completely fulfilled. They've built a rich inner world. Because they enjoy their own company, they never feel pressured to stay in unhealthy friendships just to avoid loneliness. They'd rather be alone than surrounded by people who don't truly care about them. Number 7. They value authenticity more than popularity. For these people, a single honest friendship means more than hundreds of casual connections. They don't chase attention. They chase authenticity. If someone is loyal, respectful, kind, and genuine, they're willing to invest deeply in that relationship. But if someone brings drama, dishonesty, or negativity, they simply walk away because they understand one powerful truth. The people around you shape your mindset, your habits, and even your future. But here's something important. Not everyone who has few friends is emotionally strong. Some people struggle with social anxiety. Some battle depression. Others have simply gone through difficult periods in life. Human behavior is complex. No single habit can fully explain someone's personality. So we should never judge someone just because they prefer spending time alone. Everyone has a different story. Final thoughts. The next time you meet someone who has almost no friends, don't assume they're lonely. Don't assume they're arrogant. And don't assume something is wrong with them. They may simply value peace over popularity, depth over attention, and authenticity over appearances. Sometimes, the strongest people are also the quietest. They aren't trying to impress the world. They're trying to understand it. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. A meaningful life isn't measured by how many people know your name. It's measured by the quality of the people you allow into your life, and the peace you feel when you're alone with your own thoughts. So ask yourself one simple question. Are the people around you helping you grow, or just helping you avoid being alone? Your answer might reveal more about your psychology than you think. If you enjoy discovering the hidden psychology behind everyday human behavior, Mind Decoded. Every week, we explore confidence, human behavior, relationships, success, and the fascinating psychology that shapes our everyday lives. Because on this channel, we don't just observe people, we decode their minds. Thanks for watching. And remember, the strongest relationship you'll ever build is the one you have with yourself. See you in the next video.